Hi YouTubers. I've kind of been inspired by something I seen on the news not too long ago about advertisement and how women are airbrushed in photographs and how some people aren't going to accept it anymore, and I love that. I think it's awesome. So the reason why I'm doing this is because my skin, I get compliments all the time how nice my skin is, but you haven't seen me without makeup on. My skin is doing not so good right now because the heat is really bad. I have rosacea and I have very, very sensitive skin. And I've got to be real careful what products I use. The heat, anything will just flare up. I don't know if you can tell, but I do have some bumps like right there and there. And it's kind of sad because I really can't control it. I do what I can. I've got a Clarisonic. I use, the best moisturizers and anything. My skin will do real well, and then I have a flare-up, and I know that the summertime is a bad time for me, but I just want to show you how I camouflage my skin the best I can. I'll show you a little bit of my skincare routine, and then I will show you how I apply my foundation just so I can go outside and I don't have people looking at the bumps or the redness on my skin. So I'm just going to go through like a morning routine. You see I've got my towel on my head. This is just really nothing fancy. I'm trying to get good lighting, so the lighting, it's probably, I'm not even probably centered right like I should be. But what I like to do is I use cold plasma eye. I really like it. I tend to get bags under here, and this helps tremendously, and it has lightened up. It's lightened up my under eye. I was getting some discoloration right there, and I just pat it all the way around. It sinks in real nice. It's a real light consistency, so it's nothing heavy. It does not even, what I really love about it is it doesn't tug at your eye area, so that makes it real nice. And just kind of pat right all around. And let me do this side too. But no, I found that it works really well. It does what it says. My lines have softened. I know, bless my daughter's heart, she still has asked me twice now in the past couple months if I've gotten Botox recently, and I haven't. So that was kind of exciting for my daughter to ask me that. I also use, I've got some cold plasma that I put on my face. I'm real happy with it, so I go ahead and apply that. And doesn't have to be perfect, just something that, and this does cut the redness down. I mean, right now, like I said, it's a hard time for me right now because of the weather and the heat. I'm in Michigan right now, but I think we've had one of the hotter summers, hottest or hotter summers we've had in a long, long time. I don't remember it being this hot, and my skin is telling me it hates it. So I do apply a little bit of Acyl over it. What I love about the Acyl is it's a really nice treatment. It has helped reduce my pores quite substantially. It has softened. I was getting the little, I guess you call them marionette lines right there. I was getting those, and it has softened that. And oh, you can see really on this side how I broke out. And it's really taken care of a lot of the creases as well on my forehead. So I just kind of put both on there. I know it seems like a lot of steps, but for me it's worth it because it just, my skin does better when I take good care of it. And just, this is the Acyl that I just applied. I absolutely love it. Let's see, I've got cold plasma sub D that I like to put on my neck, and this stuff, let me tell you something, this stuff really, really works. I absolutely love it. I'm really concerned, as I probably should be. I'm 48 and I'm very concerned about aging on my neck, and it's something that I know I don't want to be one of those gals, and no disrespect, but I don't want to be one of the gals that are wearing scarves all the time because they're trying to cover up their neck. Let's see what else I do. I like to use, whoop, this towel's about ready to fall off. I like to use this. It's Lorac, and it's a concealer, and this is C2. This is yellow. It's got a real yellow base to it. So I like to use this because it does cut down on the redness. And what I do is I'm just going to pat it on the bumps that I have right here that are red, unfortunately. Like I said, this summer's done a number on my face.
And over here, I'll get these as well. Just pat that in, and that's going to cut. It's going to cut a lot of, I don't know if you can see already, but it'll cut the redness, and it really helps. Again, this is the Lorac C2 concealer. It's got a lot of yellow in it, and with the red, I find that when I use the yellow, it cuts the red quite a bit. So I really like that. Let's see, what else have I got that I'm going to use. Well, I'm going to use a little bit of primer. This is Laura Mercier's primer. I swear by all of her foundations, her primers. I've got her powder, her face powder. I absolutely love it. I think that her products are amazing. They always win. You know, they're always getting top awards like an InStyle and Allure, and they're always saying best of, and there's a reason for it. What I like about the primer is, especially right now when I've got the bumps, the primer is just going to make my foundation go on a lot smoother. It's going to go over these bumps really well, and it tends to just, I think it almost, I won't say it tightens the pores, but it just blurs it, so you don't have, you know, a lot of unsightly large pores. Now, this is my Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. I love this. I absolutely love this. This is what I wear in the summer. I have got this in nude. It works for me. I find if I go a step lighter, it just doesn't, you know, it looks a little too light for my skin for the summer. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. I use my fingers. I'm probably, makeup gurus would probably have a fit with me, but I've always used my fingers. Even when I did makeup myself on other people for a living, I always used my fingers. Unless the clients had a problem with it, and then I would use a sponge. But it's easier for me. I don't feel I'm using as much product when I use my fingers, and I just feel like I have more control. I don't get the demarcation. I can blend real nice. I feel like I lose a ton of product when I use a sponge, or those new sponges are kind of cool. Not the flat ones, but the ones that kind of look like an oval. Those are fun. But as you see, I don't know if you can tell, the lighting is not really great, but I wanted to do this in the bathroom. My color is already changing. It already looks like my skin looks much better. You can already see I tend to put a little bit more on my cheeks right here in front, because that's where I really get ruddy. Drives me nuts. But I mean, you know what? It's smoke and mirrors. You do what you can. My concealer that I absolutely love. Let me grab it right here. I've already done a video on this. This is the Bobbi Brown concealer, and I have this in Warm Ivory. I absolutely love it. It's right there. This is the concealer right here. This is the powder that comes with it. It's kind of a pale yellow, and I'm not really crazy about it. I don't think I need powder under my eyes, because my thing with concealer is I'm trying to get the best concealer I can that won't settle into my fine lines. So I don't want it. I don't want anything with powder in it. So I'm going to go ahead and, again, I use my finger and I get right under there, and I like to pat it. I move it just a little bit, but boy, I laid out too much in the sun when I was a teenager. I baked myself, and unfortunately I've got the lines to show for it. And then, as when I was a young adult, I hung out on boats and decided it wasn't going to look good if I wore sunglasses, which was about the stupidest thing I could ever think. So what have we got? That's lightened up a little bit more. Let me think. Oh, this is a little tube. This was a little sample tube, but I love it, so I'm going to be buying a big one. This is the Benefit Stay Don't Stray, and this is amazing. I love the color, and it is just amazing for a base for your eyeshadow. And let me tell you, when you use these primers, eyeshadow bases, whatever you want to call them, even foundation will do the trick. I know makeup companies probably wouldn't like me to say that, but it does do the trick. But these tend to work a little bit better. Anyways, it just works beautifully for your eyeshadow to stay put. It's very nice. Let me get this all. I'd like to pat it in a little bit. And then you can see already the colors are changing. Gosh, I wish the lighting in here was a little bit better. I don't know if it's the time of day. Okay, what else have I wanted to do? Where is my, whoop, sorry, I'm looking away. This is my blush. I've got the Smashbox. It's the Duo, a little bit of bronzer and a little bit of the blusher over here. And let me see, this is in, oh my gosh, I don't have my readers on. I can't really see. Oh, there we go. Baked Cheek Duo on the Town. And what I like to do is put a little bit of the brown, like the bronzer. I actually use this for shading, and it works well. It's kind of fun in the summer. Put some up here, right up at my temples. Oh, I am losing this. And then I like to put some under here since I'm carrying a little bit extra weight, and I'm trying to kind of camouflage it. And if you blend really well, you can't see a demarcation. I'll go ahead and put, whoop. I tend to really be light on my blush because I'm already red as it is. And if I put too much blush on, then I'm pretty much ruining everything I did. Everything that I did to try to camouflage the red, I put on too much blush. It's crazy. It doesn't work. This is still at Eden. This is a very neutral color. I absolutely love it. I've got my Bobbi Brown. I love this brush. I don't know if you can, let me get it over there by the door. Yep. And then I put this on, and this is a real light natural color. I get that on, just pat it in, and I put it on the whole lid. It's like my base. And then if I want to put a shading color on or liner, I tend not to wear a whole lot of makeup. This is something I would do during the day before I go to work. I'm not going to put my eyebrow pencil on right now, but what else do I do? Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and get, this is the Laura Mercier finishing powder, and this is in translucent, and boy, this is amazing. This is, I love it. I'll always use this powder. I will not stray because I think this is just amazing powder. And this is just to cut a little bit. What I like about the powder, especially when I'm having my rosacea flare up, is the powder tends to really set the makeup. It gives it a more matte look, which I know sometimes I prefer to have a shinier look, but with the matte look, it tends to, my bumps don't seem as prominent. It kind of blurs everything. Again, smoke and mirrors are a wonderful thing when you're 48. Anyways, that's it. I'm going to do another video for my eye makeup, but right now I did this for my towel's about ready to fall off. But I wanted this to be super informal. I wanted to show you what I do. I wanted you to see that my skin looks pretty rough before I put stuff on. When I'm having, you know, good skin days, then I'm really happy, and I tend to not have to do as many steps. But unfortunately, when you should be able to wear less makeup in the summer, I actually almost have to do more things because my skin just gets so irritated with the rosacea. And as you can see, my skin looks pretty good. I mean, it certainly doesn't look like it did when I started off the video. Just a way to, you know, camouflage things. Again, I love the word smoke and mirrors. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.